Hey everybody, welcome to Frannie Square and to the second episode of Show and Tell, where it's all about you. So this week I got quite a few people sending in their work, and I have to tell you, I'm so impressed by everybody out there. So let's start first with Thea Brooks. Her submission was of the elephant rug that was on the front cover of the Ira Rott book that I showed in the book haul video. And if you haven't seen that, I'll put a link here. And I had several people say to me that they had made this rug. It's very popular. So Thea sent in pictures of the rug. Wait till you see this. Absolutely adorable. So Thea sent in two pictures. The first picture shows the elephant rug, which is absolutely adorable. Look at those ears and all the details and the eyes and the tusks. And then the second picture, she sent the dimensions so you can see how big the elephant rug is. In fact, she mentioned that right now the rug is too big for where she's living, so she's putting it up for sale in her Etsy shop and on eBay. So you might want to check that out if you want to just purchase the rug and not make it yourself. She also mentioned that her sister-in-law suggested that she start crocheting about 12 months ago, and she picked it up easily and hasn't stopped since. Well, it is obvious that she picked it up easily. Her work is absolutely beautiful. The next photos come from Tammy Hall, and she does what is called filet crochet. And she sent me several photos showing this type of work. I've never done filet crochet, but it looks really interesting, and you can do all sorts of designs. Take a look at these. In Tammy's email, she mentioned that she saw posts on Facebook of filet crochet, and she was in awe, thinking that she would not have the skill level needed to do it. And she became obsessed with patterns from I'll Be Hooked on Etsy. And she actually ordered a pattern, and when she read it, she felt intimidated and put it aside for a little bit. But then about 6 months later, she decided to open it up and give it a try, and she found that it was very easy. So I think that's a lesson for all of us. Don't be intimidated. Get patterns that you think you'll like, give it a try, and you will probably learn a lot and realize that it's not as difficult as you thought. Excellent work, Tammy. Really beautiful stuff. I'm going to have to give filet crochet a try. Next up is work from Bree, from Bree's Little Yarn Corner, and she has a YouTube channel if you'd like to check it out. She makes beautiful shawls. Take a look at these. The first one, the red one, has a really interesting pattern. It almost looks like faces. And she said that that's a fiber spider tutorial. She used universal yarn, Little Bird, and it's a number 2 fine weight, 100% acrylic, 344 yards per skein, and she used just over 3 skeins. The second picture is a beautiful pastel shawl, and I really love the way it drapes and the beautiful stitch work in that. She said that is made of Stenley Yarn's Candy Cake. I really like the way those colors work up. And the third and final one, I really love the shape of that shawl and the way there's the circle in the center and it goes out from there. And the colors look just beautiful together. She said that's another fiber spider pattern called Dreamcatcher Shawl, and she used Elise Bella 100% cotton, 197 yards per skein. It's a number 3 weight, and she used 6 skeins for that. Those are such lovely shawls. Thank you for sharing them with us, Bree. Next up is Joyce Statham. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I apologize. Joyce says she mostly uses patterns as guides, and then she goes from there and changes things up to make them her own. So let's look at her projects. First, she has a granny square project that she's currently working on, and she said she's decided to change from the standard layout to a diamond layout. That should be really nice. I hope you'll send us a picture of the finished work, Joyce. The one she just finished is this blue and yellow Afghan. It's beautiful. It looks almost like a beehive pattern, and I love blue and yellow together. And she also has this black and red piece, and she said it was a little bit of a challenge to reverse the colors and have it look smooth. Well, it looks like you did a good job, Joyce. She also sent me some advice for crafters and for beginners. She said she thinks the best thing to let crafters know is to let your creativity guide the project. Color, size, stitch. She said she too has had to change stitch patterns based on the yarn, like I did with my placemat in the Make It Your Own series. She said other things to let new crocheters know is that over half of all patterns are made with 2 stitches, single crochet and double crochet. And to never be afraid to try new stitches. If you don't like it, rip it out and try again. That's great advice, Joyce, and thank you so much for sharing your work and your knowledge with us. Next is work from Maggie P. She sent a bunch of pictures in. She wanted to let us know that these were all made from patterns. Take a look. First is a granny square afghan in beautiful neutral colors. Next, looks like a small lap blanket or a lapghan in a beautiful blue. Then a multicolored, looks like she used a variegated yarn here, and I like how the color works through this in diagonal stripes. Then another granny square blanket, and I like how she joined vertically with red and horizontally with green yarn. The next blanket looks very soft and plush, almost like a velour in that pretty mauve color. Oh, some amigurumi too. Some bees and a ladybug. Those are so adorable. And look at this. She said this was her first animal, this dog. How big is that dog? I love it. That would be so much fun if you're a little kid to just play on and lay on. Then she made this beautiful shawl. And then you got a picture of the back and of the front here. It's lovely. And finally, this lapghan that has great texture and looks 3D. Beautiful work, Maggie. Thank you so much for sending those in. The next picture is from Cheryl Bell. It's a mosaic bag that looks like it's worked in the round. And she said she had so much fun doing this. She's actually doing her 3rd one. It looks like it's a Greek key pattern, and it looks like the top cinches and the handle is striped, and I love the tassels on it as well. That's a really great bag. I'd love to know what the base of the bag is. Cheryl, if you could, in the comments below, let me know. Is it a crocheted base or do you use a bag base for that? Thanks so much for sending that in. I love it. The next 3 pictures are from SD McDaniel from Creative Craftopia. And she says she's been designing her own projects for years, but she just recently started writing and publishing them. So let's take a look at these 3 pictures. The first picture is a cluster shell blanket, and it looks like she uses several different stitches in this pattern, and I love the colors together. The next picture is a hat and scarf set that she designed for her youngest son when he was in elementary school, and she says he still uses them today at the age of 19. He won't let her make another set because he loves this one. I love hearing that. And finally, another blanket, looks like a baby blanket with beautiful colors. She says she also has 4 more patterns that she's currently working on. Thank you so much for sending those pictures in. So if you saw my crochet book haul, you saw that I had a book by Vanessa Mooncie called Animal Heads, and they were so adorable. I can't wait to get to them. Well, Annie just sent me a picture of a French bulldog that she made from Vanessa Mooncie's book called Crochet Dogs. Oh my goodness, take a look at this. She sent me 3 pictures of him. She said I could just choose one to show, but I had to show all of them. She said this was her first attempt at following a written pattern from a book. Amazing job. And she thought that he looked like he was asking for food, so she made him a bowl and gave him a bone. And I agree, his facial expression really looks like he's asking for something. He's so lifelike. Thank you so much for sending that, Annie. It makes me want to really get to my Vanessa Mooncie book right away. And finally, the last set of pictures today is Amigurumi again by Carrie. And I'm telling you, looking at this amigurumi, it really makes me want to try it. I've never done it before, but it's so adorable, and I could see how little kids would love it. Let's take a look at these pictures. The first picture is a bunny, and I could see that bunny being for a little kid carrying his bunny around, nice and soft, absolutely adorable. The second bunny has a carrot under his arm. How cute is this? Maybe this will get my daughter crocheting. She has a bunny named Pabu, and she hasn't seemed interested in crocheting, but this could do it. And then finally, some bumblebees. These are adorable. Thank you so much for sending those in, Carrie. They came in right under the wire as I was starting to edit this video. Okay, so that was episode 2 of Show and Tell. Keep the pictures coming. Send me information about the pictures you're sending me. Any little piece of information that you would like me to share with the community. I absolutely love getting these emails and looking at these pictures. So as always, thank you for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Remember to make it your own, and I'll see you soon.